That sudden, agonizing tightening in your calf at 2 in the morning does a lot more than just steal a few hours of rest. It completely derails your entire next day. Waking up to a leg cramp in the dead of night is a jarring, intensely painful experience. You end up frantically massaging a rock-hard muscle, just waiting helplessly in the dark for that violent spasm to finally let go. And the aftermath is just as bad. The lingering soreness, combined with the sheer physical exhaustion of broken sleep, directly destroys your daytime focus and drastically increases the risk of tripping and falling around the house. Rather than dreading bedtime and relying on panic-induced rubbing when the pain inevitably hits, there is a simple 2-minute stretch to do right before getting into bed. It actually structurally disarms that muscle tension before it even has a chance to form. This is not just a random ache. It is a heavily documented physiological condition requiring a specific targeted approach. In fact, clinical data published in the American Family Physician Journal confirms that 60% of adults over 60 regularly suffer from these severe nocturnal lower limb spasms. Before jumping straight into these 4 gentle bedside movements, I have a quick question for our community. When a cramp strikes in the middle of the night, does it usually hit your left leg, your right leg, or both? Drop your answer in the comments below. Also, please take a brief moment to hit the like button, share this video with a friend who desperately needs better sleep, and subscribe to the channel for more research-backed health routines. Let us get right to the solution. We will count down from 4, building up to the absolute most effective movement at number 1. Number 4 is the standing calf wall stretch. We are starting with a highly stable foundational movement that immediately addresses the primary site of that nighttime cramping. Find a clear, flat space against a sturdy wall in your bedroom. Stand facing the wall and place both hands flat against the surface, right at shoulder height. Using the wall for structural support is mandatory for balance and safety. Carefully take a comfortable step backward with one foot. The key here is to keep that back leg completely straight, and most importantly, keep your back heel firmly planted flat on the floor. Once in position, slowly bend your front knee and gently lean your body weight forward toward the wall. You will gradually begin to feel a deep, satisfying stretch in the back of your calf on that straight leg. Hold this exact position for 30 seconds. Please do not bounce or try to force the tension. Simply hold the stretch steady and take slow, deep breaths to help oxygenate the muscle tissue. When those 30 seconds are up, carefully step your foot forward to release the tension, switch legs, and repeat the exact same process on the other side for another 30 seconds. Why does this specific movement work so well? Sitting in a chair or resting on the couch throughout the day leaves your gastrocnemius, which is the large outer calf muscle, in a shortened, contracted state. When lying down to sleep, the foot naturally drops forward, shortening that muscle even further until it violently spasms. This wall stretch manually elongates those fibers back to their normal, healthy resting length, removing that baseline tension completely. Number 3 is the seated toe pull stretch. Once finished releasing the outer calf at the wall, transition safely to a seated position for the next crucial step. Make your way over to the edge of your bed or perhaps a sturdy bedroom chair. Sit up tall, making sure your spine is straight and your shoulders are completely relaxed. Extend one leg straight out in front of you, planting your heel securely on the floor with your toes pointing straight up toward the ceiling. Carefully reach down and gently pull your toes backward toward your shin. Reaching the toes can sometimes put unwanted strain on the lower back. Never force a stretch that causes discomfort. Instead, grab a standard bath towel, loop it securely around the ball of your extended foot, and hold the ends of the towel with both hands. Use the towel to gently pull the foot backward. This simple modification provides the exact same muscular benefit without compromising posture or hurting the back. Maintain this gentle, consistent tension for 20 seconds. Focus on completely relaxing the leg while holding the stretch, allowing those tight muscle fibers to yield. After 20 seconds, release the tension, switch to the other leg, and repeat the pulling process. This movement is highly effective because it bypasses the outer calf and directly isolates the soleus. That is the deeper calf muscle, alongside the thick band of tissue running along the bottom of the foot called the plantar fascia. Pulling the toes upward stimulates the neurological stretch receptors hidden deep inside the lower leg. This specific action sends an immediate command to the central nervous system, literally forcing those deep connective tissues to relax. Number 2 involves ankle pumps and circles. For this next dynamic movement, choose to either stay seated right there on the edge of the bed or lie down completely flat on the mattress. Just pick whichever position feels the most supportive for the spine. Carefully lift one foot just a few inches into the air so it can move freely. Slowly point the toes far away and then flex them firmly back toward the body. Move the foot exactly as though smoothly pressing and releasing the gas pedal in a car. Perform this deliberate pumping motion 10 times in a row. Once those 10 pumps are complete, transition immediately into rotating the ankle in slow, large, and highly controlled circles. Complete 10 full circles in a clockwise direction, and then reverse the motion for 10 circles in a counterclockwise direction. Lower that leg to rest, lift the other foot, and repeat the entire sequence. Gravity naturally causes metabolic waste and excess fluid to pool in the lower extremities by the evening, and that buildup chemically triggers sudden spasms. This pumping action physically activates the calf muscle pump. It forces stagnant, waste-filled blood back up toward the heart while simultaneously flooding the lower leg with fresh, oxygenated blood. Number 1 is the gentle hamstring stretch lying down. We have reached the final and absolutely most important step of the pre-bedtime routine. This single movement dictates how successful all the previous stretches will be. Lie completely flat on your back on the bed, ensuring the neck, shoulders, and spine are perfectly comfortable and supported by the mattress. Slowly bend one knee and bring it inward toward the chest. Next, gently straighten that leg upward toward the ceiling. Reach up with both hands and firmly hold the back of the thigh or the back of the calf, basically wherever the hands land naturally without straining the upper body. Please make sure not to aggressively lock the knee. Keeping a very slight, soft bend in the joint is necessary to protect the connective ligaments. With the hand securely in place, gently pull the raised leg toward the torso until a comfortable, mild stretch is felt traveling all the way down the back of the upper thigh. Do not pull to the point of pain or shaking. The goal is only a mild, releasing tension. Hold this incredibly relaxing position for exactly 30 seconds. Close your eyes, breathe deeply into the belly, and consciously allow that large muscle to yield to the stretch. Once the 30 seconds are up, carefully bend the knee, slowly lower the leg back down to the mattress, and switch to the other side for the final 30-second hold. Why is a thigh stretch the single most crucial movement to permanently stop nighttime leg cramps? The human body operates as one continuous interconnected chain of tissue. The hamstrings, which are the massive muscles at the back of the thighs, attach directly into the calves right behind the knee joint. Chronically tight hamstrings act exactly like a heavy, taut rope. They constantly pull upward on the calf muscles, keeping them under immense, invisible tension all day long. Stretching the calves endlessly is helpful, but until those hamstrings are addressed, that upward pulling tension remains. By actively releasing the hamstrings while the spine is safely neutralized and fully supported on the bed, the tension running along the entire back of the legs is completely eliminated. This final, sweeping release removes the ultimate layer of anatomical stress, ensuring that the lower legs remain loose, relaxed, and cramp-free throughout the entire night. Completing these 4 simple movements takes exactly 2 minutes. By performing this sequence every single night before going to sleep, you are systematically flushing out chemical waste, resetting muscle length, and turning off the neurological triggers that cause pain. Try this tonight and give your body the uninterrupted restorative rest it absolutely requires.